We also did not talk about the most important change, colored folders.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Also, a thing.
And you can put emojis on the folders as well. Colored emoji folders.
Real organization chops here.
It'll match perfectly with liquid glass.
Red folder with green emoji with liquid glass background is just diabolical.
This is chaos.
I think now we get to the two big ones, which is macOS and iPadOS. And to Andrew's point, less of a difference than ever before.
In
Probably,
macOS?
well,
What's
between
a
the two.
computer?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what is a computer? Okay, let's start
Everything
with
is
macOS
computer.
because I think we can also kind of drill through that one a little quickly.
Yeah.
Liquid glass everywhere. Clear dock, clear widgets. You can do clear all the things. I don't love the look on the Mac. I gotta be honest. I've seen it now. The control center. Are you running that too?
Oh, I'm running everything.
Yo, hit the control center right now.
I know,
Tell me
I'm
that
on
doesn't
it
look
right
like
now.
Bubble Boy from SpongeBob.
Oh, it is Bubble Boy.
That looks
That's
so
really hard to
bad,
read.
dude. That
Dude.
looks horrible.
It's opinionated.
It looks horrible.
Rain meter is back.
I need a background so I can read things.
That's pretty rough.
Give me
It's
everything.
bad.
It's also funny because
I love it.
like my menu bar up top is more transparent than your menu bar.
Yeah, so the menu bar is supposed to be transparent
yeah.
when you
My
have
menu
no
bar's
apps
more
open.
transparent than your menu bar.
When you have no
His
apps
is liquid
open. When you
ass.
have
So
no-
When you're just like showing your home screen. So if you
you
just
have-
like expose the home screen, just like click the bottom left corner to like show your hide all windows. It should be clear, right?
It's not.
It's not?
It
Okay.
is supposed to be.
That's a beta.
It's a beta. It's a
Yeah.
beta. You're like me.
What else is in macOS? I mean, some other slight improvements. Spotlight is
Dude,
kind of the big thing for
Spotlight.
me.
Spotlight.
So, all right.
Okay.
Let's talk
I'm gonna
about
sit this
Spotlight
one
first.
out and
There we
let
go.
Adam come in. This is all
Yeah,
you
Adam,
guys.
tap in. Okay, so Spotlight.
ready, baby.
You're a fellow Raycast user, right?
Got me in.
So, I mentioned this in the impressions video. My like number one productivity app I install fresh on every new Mac is called Raycast, and it literally replaces the command space keyboard shortcut for Spotlight, and is a like Spotlight on steroids. I can open apps obviously, or I can give it commands. I can also tab over and find files. I can talk with AI, literally like dozens of different AI models. I can select on the fly which one I want to talk to. I can also do, I think my favorite part is actually just the clipboard history. I just type in clipboard and I see my entire clipboard history of all the things I've copied and want to paste again. So it is incredibly, incredibly useful. It syncs across devices. I don't really go anywhere without it, obviously. It's very useful. So Apple gets on stage and they start showing this new Spotlight for Mac, which actually when you hover over it has this nifty little animation that's starts to break apart like, okay, you can still search for apps, but you can also now do commands, keyboard shortcuts, view your clipboard history, all these new things that you couldn't do in Spotlight before.
Yeah.
And the first obvious thought that I had was, oh, this is what it looks like when an app gets Sherlocked. Like this is the obvious, if I'm a developer at Raycast, I'm over here thinking like, that's tough. They just took a bunch of our users / features. And that's actually kind of what I said in the video. But the more I've thought about it, and I read the statement from, I think it was a founder, a CEO. The more I thought about it, the more I think it actually is promising that Raycast will continue to exist and may even benefit from this.
Oh, let's hear it.
Because the angle is people weren't thinking about like Spotlight being a power user type thing or doing shortcuts in that way yet. And so it was only really us nerds, power users, productivity people who are doing that. Now that this is built in and people might start to mess with this a little bit, they will quickly run up against Apple's limits of customization. And then we'll find Raycast because Raycast will continue to do more than Spotlight will. Like when I want to open command space and tab and I'm talking to Gemini now in 2 clicks, I don't have to touch my trackpad.
There's Gemini on the computer?
Yeah, well, in Raycast. Like I don't even have to leave, go to a browser. I can just chat with Gemini.
No.
And so that type of thing is always going to be the next level above what, like Apple's never going to let me do that in Spotlight. But when you open the funnel a little bit and you get regular users thinking a little bit more about like, oh, I'll use Spotlight a little more. I'll start to like use it to find files, or that's the type of thing that shows people that Raycast exists faster.
And Raycast can let you do things with third-party apps, right?
Right. There's plugins.
Yeah.
Lots of plugins. Google Translate plugin is very useful. I'm sure there will be a Translate Siri shortcut plugin or something that does a similar thing. The thing that was really useful for Apple's version is the app intents again. You can like jump in and send a message to a recipient and you type it all out and hit enter and it sends a message without ever opening the
You can
messages
also
app.
email files straight from the clipboard.
Pretty
or
intense.
From the
Yeah,
Spotlight.
straight from Spotlight. So
Yeah.
that's like, that is like power user, like there's an entire YouTube genre of how to maximize Raycast and do these types of things.
Right.
And this is just stepping right into that territory. And if this was like a third-party app, you would immediately be like, oh, this is pretty clever, nice UI, but obviously very limited.
Yeah.
And I think this is...
So are
highlights it.
developers not going to be able to tap into the Spotlight thing? You can only use it with Apple apps?
I have a feeling that this will be much more restricted and there won't be third-party plugins like Google Translate or Gemini Chat or Spotify Play Pause type stuff.
Oh, man. That'd be amazing if you could just be like, play on Spotify this song.
That exact thought you're having is what's going to drive people to Raycast. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think the Spotlight limitations are going to be that you have to use shortcuts for things like that. Like if I want to do anything like that, like go and open Spotify and then play this song, you can probably hack your way around that with like
Siri shortcuts.
Siri shortcuts.
Yeah.
But something like Raycast will just do it because it already has it built in. And then you can also just like create your own extensions on Raycast if you want. Like I spent this whole weekend, which is hilarious because I like I posted like Saturday or something like, okay, I've been using Raycast now like a normie for the last like 3 or 4 weeks, like just basically as a basic search bar for like a Spotlight replacement.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, send me your like tips and tricks for Raycast. And I dove deep down that rabbit hole this weekend. I set it up all perfectly, and then Monday happened.
Yeah. Oh, God.
And on stage, they're like, oh, we just updated Spotlight. And I was like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme, like, wait, I've seen this before. But the thing that makes Raycast way more powerful, which is like, to Marques's point, the people that care are going to just always have to go to Raycast because you can just use regular code to build your own thing if you want.
Right.
Like if you're trying to build your own extension in Raycast, I'm pretty sure it's just like React and like that's it, which a lot of developers know. So like, yeah, you can like try to figure it out with shortcuts if you're a developer and you want to do that. Regular people just ignore shortcuts altogether, so they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
But the people that care about this stuff kind of tend to have these skills anyway.
Yeah.
So then they'll be like leaning towards Raycast.
Speaking of shortcuts too, they added a bunch of like Apple Intelligence features to shortcuts now. They showed me a demo where you get a bunch of photos that you have in a folder and you're like, oh, I need to organize these.
Yeah.
So they had created a shortcut that like organizes the photos based on what's in them.
This one seemed insane to me.
Yeah. So they like,
But it did what it's supposed to.
Well, they were saying that this would be like perfect for video editors because you could automatically index things. Yeah. But, you know, it has to work.
You should make a shortcut so every time Final Cut crashes, it reopens it up again and gets to the spot you're at.
That's actually...
Final Cut's always open.
Yeah.
And the shortcut is just you slamming your keyboard with your fist.
And just go...
Yeah.
Oh, I just almost sent an email. Yeah, see?
SM.
I would say
Too good.
David has the new Spotlight open.
I do.
It looks way nicer.
It does.
It looks really good. The
clean.
like
The animation is cool.
there's an animation between the App Store files. What's the other?
It's it's not the App Store, it's apps. Apps, files, actions, and clipboard manager.
And it has a very easy like command 1 2 3 4 to select any of
Yeah.
those. That looks really nice. I think that new Spotlight looks good.
Animation's nice. It's glassy, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's glassy.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on this Spotlight situation. I think it's a cool feature, and it will hopefully get a lot of people thinking about how to use it better.
Yeah.
But then,
clipboard history.
Are we just all going back to
Clipboard
writing
history.
in a terminal? I feel like
That's
this
the-
is just teaching us
Vim
all to
users
like type
out
again.
here.
It's the cool kids way.
Yeah.
Getting all excited.
yeah, that moment where it was Craig or whoever was giving a demo, like talked about you can do all of this and like send this message and hit enter without ever touching
Yeah,
the trackpad.
the
I was like,
trackpad.
that's the exact pitch of so many apps of like my email app is you can do all this and never touch your keyboard or never touch your trackpad or
Yeah.
your mouse.
Yeah.
That is straight from that world.
Yeah.
Turns out keyboard shortcuts were the solution all along.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, there are now live activities on the Mac.
True.
And it has continuity. So if you have you can basically have it where you can like open a virtual version of your phone and then have your phone on there. And so now, like, there will be live activities on your iPhone, say when your Uber Eats delivery is coming or whatever, it'll show up on your Mac. And then when you click it, it opens a virtual session of your iPhone and you can manipulate the app on your iPhone from your computer.
It's useful.
So that is pretty cool.
You also get the live activities in your top menu bar, right?
Menu bar.
So do you think Domino's Pizza Tracker can be on my menu bar now?
If it's a live activity, absolutely.
Domino's
actually
is
live in an
always
age
at
of
the
wonders.
forefront of every
Oh.
new technology, so
Oh,
I
really?
guarantee they'll be there.
Yeah.
We also did not talk about the most important change, colored folders.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Also,
And you can put emojis on the folders as well. Colored emoji folders.
real organization chops here.
It'll match perfectly with liquid glass.
Yeah. Yes.
Hello.
Cartoon.
Everything else, no color. Color.
Red folder with green emoji with liquid glass background is just diabolical.
This is chaos.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
laugh. I cannot wait for this.
Johnny Ive leaves and everything falls apart.
Thanks so much for watching this clip. If you want to hear Ellis maybe beatbox during this episode live on the podcast. Oh wait, it's happening right now.
I'll just give you a little taste.
Well, you
know
gotta
what I
make
mean?
them do
It
something.
goes, no. They just gotta go click on. They just gotta go click on that full podcast. Maybe drop a little on the subscribe button. All right, ready? This is what you get a taste of.
Nice.
Is that dub?
Yeah,
That's dubstep. That's reggae, actually.
guys, I think it's ska.
No, it's not.
It's a new genre called
Yeah.
like and subscribe.
Yeah. Please do it.